perhaps 20 meters away now, no more. If it was going to be this one, he had only a few seconds. Cap, jacket, open the door and run. Her head would spin around at the sound of his approach, just in time to see him bearing down on her. A momentary look of confusion on her face, panic, terror, and then over. He felt the pulse throbbing in his temples. This has to be done. His heart was racing. You have to do this. He pressed his fingers into his palm, feeling its dampness, but still he hesitated. I don't know, Erin. This one? Or not? Not. He let out a pent-up breath and withdrew his finger, letting the curtain fall back into place with a delicate shimmer. From behind his lace screen, he watched the girl pass beneath the street lamp outside, still chatting on her phone. Her breath spiraled up in the cold air, seeming to him like whispered prayers drifting up to heaven. She would never know how close she had come. It was the light. It was important, perhaps the most important thing of all. It needed to be right, and it wasn't. Not yet. The man saw the mug on the window ledge in front of him, and a bolt of alarm speared his chest. What if he had left it here, in his rush to get outside? He picked up the mug and carried it wordlessly into the kitchen. As he walked past the armchair, the kitten let out a small bleat. It looked for a moment as if it might follow the man into the kitchen, but in the end it jumped up onto Erin's lap and curled itself inside its tiny tail to go to sleep. In the kitchen, the man set the empty, unwashed mug carefully in the sink. He peered out the kitchen window, checking the narrow garden as it ran down to the boat dock. He could feel the cold winter air coming in through the neat hole in the glass panel of the door. On the far bank of the river that ran behind the cottages, a pair of mallards was hunkered down, blending into the pale, brittle reed stems. Nothing else moved. The man sat for a long time at the kitchen table, watching as the day retreated into the half-light of dusk. There was a large part of him that didn't want to do this, but something else had taken over. This has to be done. His actions were no longer his to control. You have to do this. His breathing had begun to quicken again. He steadied it, feeling the tiny droplets of moisture running down his temples. Sweat. DNA. Bad thing. He stood up quickly and walked back into the small, neat living room, now sheltering pockets of darkness in its corners. We'll leave the lights off for now, Erin, he announced. He approached the bay window and peered through the curtains again. All the other cottages had lights on now. From outside, this one would look like a missing stone in the necklace of lighted windows that ran along the lane. The man checked his reflection in the window glass, the brown leather jacket with its soft corduroy collar, the cap tilted far enough forward to hide the plastic lining, and the greying goatee with the little horns on the moustache. He gave the beard a downward stroke with his thumb and forefinger, as if to ensure it was in place. From the corner of his eye, he caught a flicker of movement and turned quickly to see a woman walking down the lane, carefully picking her way between the puddles. Not up the lane, from the village, as he had always envisioned it, but coming from the other direction. This was wrong. Why hadn't he ever considered this? Panic started to rise within him. Pull yourself together. What did it matter? This was the one. She was taller than the other one, and slightly older, a year or two. More woman than girl, he would have